as your representative in the Delta State House of Assembly with effect from the 8th of June 2015 to the 7th of June 2016. Some of us here are witnesses to our inauguration as your honorable member on the 8th day of June 2015. Our mandate, in my opinion, was to hold your collective aspirations and liberties in trust on your individual behalf for the period this mandate would last, June 2015 to June 2019. 1 year down the lane, in furtherance of our promises during the electioneering campaigns to keep you abreast of how well or how poorly we have discharged the task you have assigned to us, we have decided to come back to you as our masters and brief you on our activities over the period under review. June 2015. Immediately after our inauguration, we, in consultation with our party, the PDP, and campaign organization, went into setting up a functional constituency office. This entailed securing and equipping a functional office accommodation. Our constituency office situated at Ibeka Road, Otu Jeremy, has provided a link between us and our people who are able to travel to Asaba, to travel the distance between here and Asaba. Also, in staffing the office, we took into consideration the united diversity of our people. Of the 4 staff assigned to us, 2 each are from constituency 1 and 2 respectively. Other support staff were also employed based on these criteria. As of today, our constituency office has a total of 11 personnel, while our office in Asaba is manned by 6. This brings the total number to 17 of our constituents who are direct beneficiaries of a monthly income from our office. On the 23rd of June, I was appointed as Majority Whip of the Delta State House of Assembly. July 2015. In furtherance of our legislative duties, we were appointed as members of the ad hoc committee for the review of the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission Amendment Bill 2015. The law as passed today has restructured the organogram of the commission with a view to making it more efficient while protecting the rights of oil-bearing and impacted communities. The impacted communities was a clause that we included in the new law, which means communities that are situated within 10-kilometer radius from any oil producing or treating facility. Also, in our contributions to debates on the floor of the House, we amended a motion of urgent public importance over the state of our roads in Delta by drawing the attention of our governor to the deplorable state of the Otu Jeremy Okwagbe Road. August 2015. We received the report of the ad hoc committee on the Delta State Contributory Health Commission Bill. The nominees for the board of the new DESOPADEC were screened and confirmed with our own Chief Dr. Itiru Amos, who should have been here by now, emerging as a member representing Ugele South, Udu, Uwie, and Urubos in Warri South. We also facilitated a courtesy visit by the Ugeme Traditional Council to our smart governor at Government House, Asaba. September 2015. On the 15th day, the House conducted screening for the second set of commissioners designate, and our own barrister, Mrako Peter, Mama Wanyo, our own barrister, Mrako Peter, was presented, screened, and confirmed by the House. We also, in furtherance of our legislative functions, paid paid a visit to our constituents who were beneficiaries of the STEP/YAGE program at Songhai Amokwe, so as to ascertain that they were indeed our constituents and were maximizing the opportunity they had been given. November 2015. On resumption, the House constituted its standing committees, and I was appointed as Chairman Committee on Rules, Business, Legal and Judicial Matters, as well as a member of the committees on Information, Public Accounts, Agric, Culture and Tourism, and Public Petitions. The bill for the Delta State Contributory Health Commission bill was debated by the Committee of the Whole of the House, and we made a robust contribution. December 2015. The Delta State Contributory Health Commission bill was passed into law by the House. One of the major highlights of this law is to make healthcare affordable and accessible to all categories of Deltans, while making it safer and efficient through the elimination of quacks by strict supervision of healthcare providers and their facilities. Doctor, we'll be inspecting you now. We also received the appropriation bill budget for 2016 and sought to see how it would benefit our people. The rehabilitation of the Usiefun Ekokwe Ekakpame Road has been one of our major concerns, and it is captured in the 2016 budget. Let me use this opportunity to thank the immediate past-up head of service, Sir Origo Patrick, for his role in bringing the state of this road and the need to fix it to the attention of our smart governor. We strongly believe the contract will be awarded as soon as it is feasible. The rehabilitation, the ongoing rehabilitation of the Okpare, Umolo, Odopopo, Kiakodo Road that is currently ongoing is also a product of the 2016 budget and is one of the concerns expressed by our people during our electionary campaign as captured in the Ugele South roadmap. That document that you have with you, that road is also captured there. May I also use this opportunity to thank our leader and elder statesman, Chief Senator Dr. Edwin Kiagoro Clark, for his role in bringing the hitherto state of disrepair of this road to the attention of our smart governor. As chairman of our committee, which is the Committee on Business, Rules, Legal and Judicial Matters, we chaired the budget defense of the ministry and agencies that were under oversight functions in that month. January 2016, we passed the 2016 appropriation bill into law. The rehabilitation of Otoewu Orere Road is captured in the budget, and we look forward to its award in the shortest possible time. Our constituency project for 2016 is also captured in the budget as passed and entails the construction of 4 blocks of classrooms, teachers' offices, and the provision of furniture for the Okbaweni Grammar School in Usiefun. This contract has been awarded and the contractor is awaiting mobilization to move to site. February 2016. As chairman of the Committee on Business, Rules, Legal and Judicial Matters, we received 3 executive bills for consideration and to report back to the House. The bills were the Delta State Advisory Council on the Prerogative of Mercy, Bill 2016, the Delta State Security Trust Fund Amendment Bill 2016, the Delta State Anti-Kidnapping and Anti-Hostage-Taking Bill 2016. We proceeded to hold public hearing with respect to those bills on the 29th of February 2016. March 2016. We presented our first bill as members. That is my first bill as your representative. We presented it to the House. The bill is the Delta State Internal Revenue Consolidation Amendment Bill 2016, as lead sponsors with other of our colleagues and co-sponsors. The bill is presently before the House, awaiting its first reading. The hallmark of this bill, Mr. Chairman, sir, Mr. Council Chairman, sir, the hallmark of this bill is that by the time we pass it into law, it will enhance your capacity and give you constitutional backing to improve your IGR. April 2016, the House received the proposed estimates of expenditure from the Delta State Oil Producing Areas Development Commission. Despite the apparent paucity of funds, considering the global slump in crude oil prices, let me use this opportunity to commend our representative on the board of the DTHA, Sir Chief Dr. Itiwe Amos, for his proactive measures and vigilance. We have done a bit to protect the projects he has proposed because they touch on the very epicenter of our people's developmental challenges. These include, but not limited, construction of market stores at Omosomo, construction of cassava milk plant at Otu Jeremy, construction of internal road at Okwagbe, rehabilitation of Imode Obiopemi Road, construction of street roads at Otobutu, construction of Agobiame Ibretotame Road, completion of healthcare center at Okwama, installation of Akwere Olomu water scheme, fencing, furnishing of the palace of the Okobara of Ugeme. Ogiabere, Wanyoina. Fencing, okay, provision of transformers for our communities, interlocking of the palace of the Ovie of Obarabe, among others. Ajuwe, Wasoto, Wanyoina. The three bills also in that same month of April, the three bills committed to our committee were also passed into law in the House by following the submission of our reports to the whole House. Now, those three bills I mentioned, this Council for the Prerogative of Mercy, what we have done with that, the new law, what we have done is to include the representatives of the prison and also to include a female doctor in the council. Because the essence of the council is to recommend persons who they deem fit for the governor to apply his prerogative of mercy. Now we felt that the person must have been in prison, and the best person that can actually attest to a change or a reform in the character of a prisoner would have to be a prison warden. So that was the inclusion we made in the new law. Then the Security Trust Fund, before now, councils were made, by the law that existed, councils were expected to contribute 10% of their IGR, while the state was also expected to contribute 1% of the IGR, where the state was also expected to contribute 1%. But what we have done with the new law is that we discovered that the councils were always evasive and saying they didn't have IGR. So we made it 0.5% of their federal allocation, which they will contribute to the fund. And then the state government, we made it 0.5% of the internally generated revenue. Also, we included the vigilante as part of the fund and part of the trust council, Security Trust Council, with the vigilante in all our communities included. Now, the essence of doing this is so that community policing will be enhanced. All contributions into the fund are meant to be contributed back to the security bodies, the police, the SSS, the army, and now we have included the local vigilante. Now, what did we do with the new anti-kidnapping and anti-hostage taking law? Before now, the law did not deal with collaborators effectively. And what we have done is that if you hear, you not talk, you are as guilty as the man who did the taking. And the death penalty applies to a collaborator. If your property is used as a hideout, and it is discovered that, to your knowledge, you knew that property is forfeited. Anybody convicted under the new law, all your properties, everything you own, motor, shoe, is forfeited to the government, because it is assumed that you made them from the proceeds of crime. So what we have done actually is to make the law stiffer, such that to hear alone, youth ado, Ikeni ado, Amigalanti ado, to hear, when you will bring police la, Tiwawe, to go mobona, Uri of Bob and your own people. I want you for better now. Epiko, I want to be for you. In that same month of April, we also co-sponsored with our colleagues in the House a bill for the administration of criminal justice law 2016. The bill seeks to bring our criminal justice laws and administration in tandem with universal best practices. The DPO, I don't know whether he is outside. Now, what the administration of criminal justice law seeks to do is to, as much as possible, as much as humanly possible, treat suspects with the dignity that the Constitution guarantees them. You know what is obtainable for now? If you commit a crime and they come to look for you and they don't find you, the police immediately grabs any member of your family. This law makes that a crime. If you cannot find the suspect, look for him. That is why you are the police. Don't go and arrest his brother or his wife. If you do that, you have violated the law. Now, when you arrest a suspect, once you arrest a suspect, this new law, if you go to our prisons today, one of the challenges we have is an oversaturated prison system. And why are people in prison in most cases? There's this mischief, very mischievous lawyer. Okay. The holding charge. They are not ready, they are not concluded the investigation. They just pick the person, take him to a nearby magistrate court, and then they file a holding charge, and then he's remanded on that charge. A non-existent charge is remanded in prison custody. You find people who have been in prison for 3, 4, 5 years on an allegation of petty theft, a misdemeanor, which actually, if they were sentenced, would not have been more than 1 year on this holding charge. So now, this new law, what we seek to do is to cure that mischief. If you do not have a proper charge, you don't appear before any of our courts. Don't even take the person there, except you have a proper charge. Apart from that, the police, they are the investigator, they are the prosecutor, and they are the judge. Everything, we have restricted them now. If you do not complete investigation, your investigation, don't even go and arrest the person. You must have your facts. And in the course of interrogation, it must be video recorded, so that as much as possible, the incidents of torture, confessional statements being gotten out of suspects by jurors will be taken care of. We do hope that would be the practice after we bring this law pass this law into being. Now, in May 2016, we used the period of May 2016 to concentrate on our oversight functions with ministries and departments being supervised by the committees in which we are members. June 2016. The bill for the administration of criminal justice law 2016 went through its second reading in the House, after which it was committed to our committee for further consideration and report. We also, as an individual, we also, in conjunction with some of our colleagues, sponsored 2 more bills, which brings to 3 the number of bills that your representative, Reuben Izeze, is sponsoring before the House as at today. Those other 2 bills are the Tenancy Bill of Delta State 2016 and the Delta State Cybercrime Bill 2016. What do we seek to do with these 2 bills? Before now, as at now actually, the recovery of premises law that governs Delta State is only applicable to residential premises. So if you have a tenant, if in the course of your work you had built a shopping mall, a plaza, or a business premises, so that when you retire from work, you will use the rent to augment your income. And then you are unfortunate to have a tenant who is recalcitrant and who does not want to pay rent for whatever reason. With the laws that we have today, you cannot evict him from that business premises. No court has the law with which to evict such a person. You can only quit people from residential premises with the laws that we have. So once you have such a tenant and he knows what he wants to do, he will just stop paying you rent and you will not be able to cure that mischief with the existing law. So what we are doing now is to make sure that the recovery of premises law also covers business premises, so that those who have struggled to build shopping malls, plazas, and all that can reap the benefit of their sweat. That is what that one is all about. Now, the Delta State Cybercrime Bill 2016 is a federal law which we seek to domesticate in Delta with some amendments from what is at the federal level. Now, before now, I'm sure 20 years ago, nobody thought of cybercrime, what they call Yahoo Yahoo. But as we speak today, the easiest way for you to be poor is to be a victim of Yahoo boys. You can be sitting right here now, and the next thing you have alert, and then you open your phone, you are thinking that, governor don't send me money. As you open phone, you see debit. While you are just looking at it, you get another alert, debit. You walk in the arena, you look your ATM, you get your pocket. Yeah, where is it happening? What's happening? You have become a victim of the Yahoo boys. And the laws that we have did not anticipate these kind of crimes. So now what we seek to do is to bring a law that covers this area of specialized crimes by making specialized provisions and specialized sentences for those who run foul